I know exactly why you clicked on this video because I've been exactly where you are. I remember it perfectly. After months of skipping pizza nights and tracking every single calorie, I'd finally gotten lean. The number on the scale was down. I had vein in my arms, but then I look in the mirror and nothing. No six pack. My core felt rock solid, but there was zero definition to show for it. It's one of the most maddening feelings in fitness, and all the advice you get is, bro, you just need to get leaner. But what if I told you that advice is lazy, almost made me quit, and is barely scratching the surface of what is really going on? In this video, I'm going to share the discoveries that finally solved this puzzle for me. We're going to forget the generic advice and talk about the real reasons your abs are still hiding. The stuff I had to figure out throughout years of trial and error, like muscle flatness and how your own skeleton might be working against you. And most importantly, I've given you the exact blueprint of what I changed so you can stop being frustrated and finally get the abs you've been working for. We've got 5 reasons to cover, and I can almost guarantee that one of them is the key you've been missing to unlock that godly six-pack abs. Let's get the toughest one out of the way first, because it's the one we least want to hear. You might feel lean, and you're probably leaner than 90% of the population, but you might not be at that razor sharp body fat percentage where abs are forced to almost show up. For abs to truly be visible, that layer of subcutaneous fat on top has to be paper thin. So what is that magic number? Well, for most guys, you're probably seeing outlines around 10 to 12% body fat. But for that deeply etched, chiseled look that makes people turn heads, you're almost always talking about single-digit body fat. Here's the tough pill to swallow. Genetics play a huge role too. Some of us are just wired to store our last bit of stubborn fat right in our stomach. If that's you, it means you have to get even leaner than the next guy. You just simply can't just spot reduce the fat with crunches. The only answer is to slowly and patiently keep chipping away at your overall body fat. I had to finally be brutally honest with myself about where I was, even when I felt like I was already at the finish line. Now, this was my next huge aha moment. So many guys work their butts off to get lean, but they've never actually built the muscle that's supposed to be underneath. You have to train your abs with the same intensity you train your chest or back. That rectus abdominis is a muscle that needs heavy resistance to grow. So how do you build it? For years, my own ab development came almost entirely from bracing my core like my life depended on it during heavy squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, pull-ups, and many other exercises that were all basically compound movements. Those big compound lifts force your entire midsection into overdrive and build a powerful, strong foundation. Frankly, for a lot of guys, that might just be all you need for impressive abs. That's what I just needed for a good amount of time now. But if you do want more, it's time to realize that endless bodyweight crunches are just a dead end. You need to build the base with compound lifts. Then add targeted, weighted ab work to really make them pop. This is the difference between having a skinny person flat stomach and having a truly chiseled, 3-dimensional six-pack that looks like a piece of armor. Like I said, heavy compound lifts are your foundation. But if you built that and still feel like your abs lack that pop, it's time to go on the offensive and sculpt them. And honestly, this is the phase I'm currently in right now, adding in specific work to build up my lower abs and obliques even more. To fight that flatness, you need to hit your core from every angle. That means exercises like cable wood choppers, Russian twists, and especially the ab wheel rollout. Hey, real quick, if you're having one of those breakthrough moments right now and finally realizing what's been holding you back, do me a solid and hit the like button. It tells the algorithm that this is good info and helps the channel grow a lot. And definitely consider subscribing, because these next 2 points are complete game changers and have nothing to do with diet or exercise. And if you want to build a truly aesthetic physique, click on the link in the description below and get my free 90-day workout plan. This is the one nobody talks about, and it completely blew my mind when I figured it out. You could have single-digit body fat and abs of steel, but if your posture is bad, they can be completely invisible. The most common problem, especially for those of us who sit at a desk, is called anterior pelvic tilt. Basically, from having tight hip flexors and weak glutes, your pelvis tilts forward. This makes your butt stick out. But more importantly, it pushes your lower abdomen forward, creating that lower belly pooch. For years, I thought that little pooch was stubborn fat, and honestly, figuring it out now, it wasn't. It was my own skeleton literally pushing my stomach out, hiding my lower abs. On top of that, slouching your shoulders forward compresses your whole midsection, making it all look so soft. The fix isn't more crunches, it's fixing your posture. That means strengthening what's weak and stretching what's tight. The most important muscle for this is your transverse abdominis, or TVA. Think of your TVA as your body's built-in weight belt. When it's strong and you know how to engage it, it pulls everything inward, making your waist tighter instantly. Exercises like planks are good, but stomach vacuums are designed for this. A stomach vacuum is literally just pulling in your belly button back towards your spine. When you combine that with constantly pulling your shoulders back and squeezing your glutes, you can change how your stomach looks in little seconds. You're not losing fat, you're finally presenting the physique you've already built, and honestly, it's unbelievably powerful. This last point is about the daily things that mess with your head, making your abs show up one day and completely vanish the next. First, water and sodium. If you've ever crushed a pizza and woken up feeling puffy and soft, you know exactly what I mean. Bloating and water retention are real, and they can easily throw a soft blanket over your hard-earned definition. Staying on top of your sodium and drinking a ton of water makes a huge difference in how you look day to day. But the second invisible factor is the biggest secret in the entire fitness industry, and that's lighting. The way light hit your abs is the difference between a chiseled six-pack and a flat stomach. And honestly, this used to drive me insane. Harsh light from directly above or from the side is what creates those deep shadows that make abs pop. This is the trick every single fitness model and influencer uses. In contrast, the flat diffuse overhead lighting in most bathrooms is the absolute worst. It washes out all the shadows and makes you look like you've made zero progress. Now, let's be honest, you can't walk around with a personal lighting crew, but just knowing this is a massive win for your mental health. Your abs are probably way better than you think. Don't get discouraged if you look different from one mirror to the next. It could just be bloat and bad light. Focus on what you can control: your diet, your training, and your posture. Let's tie this all in together. If you're lean, but your abs are playing hide and seek, it's almost definitely one of these 5 things. 1. You have to be brutally honest with yourself and accept that you just might need to get just a little bit leaner. 2, you're only focused on getting lean without actually building the ab muscles with a solid foundation of heavy compound lifts. 3, your abs are flat and need to be trained directly with resistance to build that 3D block thickness. 4, your posture is working against you, likely from an anterior pelvic tilt that's pushing your stomach out and just hiding your gains. And number 5, you're letting temporary things like water retention and bad lighting mess with your head. I promise you, the path to visible abs is so much more than just a diet. When you start attacking the problem from all of these angles, that's when you finally break through and see the incredible physique you've been working for. I really hope this video saves you some of the frustration that I went through. Now, I have a question for you. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these 5 reasons you think has been holding you back the most. And if you're ready to put this into practice, go check out my other YouTube videos on working out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.